back. Oh, that's good. What I've got to say today? I've got some illustrations. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Shalom, shalom, by the way. I'm really, really pleased that you've called in again. Even if it's just one, I'm not bothered. You are so important. Believe me. Believe me. Father is wanting to connect with everyone. And I'm going to try and illustrate this. Yeah? This is all to do with love, by the way. It's, you'll find out that the centre of it all, when I've used the illustrations, the centre is actually love. It's love light. Oh yes, So, let's start with the first illustration, shall we? You know what that is? You know what it is? Let me see what it is. Is that a star? Is that a star? What is it? Come on. You know. Sacred geometry. Gematria. Same thing. Yeah. 6. The number of man. It's as above, so below. Oh yes. It is male and female. How can I be male and female, you silly I nearly did it again, didn't I? But I haven't. I didn't swear. And no, I didn't. So there. Anyway. Star. That's what you are. You've called in. Forget about Jewishness. Forget about all that. I'm talking about gematria. Yeah? Because that's to do with numbers, shapes. Okay. So we've got that. Stars. You are a star. Right. Well, I'm not Jewish. Shut the fuck up. I've said it again. Joseph, no matter how hard you try. Father, can you see why? It would be impossible to interview me. Because it'd slip up. No matter how much you try, I would just slip up. Oh yes. So let's get back to the point, Joe. Sweetheart, you're a star. You better believe it. The 144,000, it works out. I'm going to show you in a minute. Works out. And it progresses. You see, as the geometry expands. That's what we are. We are magnets with a male and a female. Right? You may. You don't realise you're a magnet. I suppose you don't. But we all are. The problem is magnets can be turned off, you know. Have you ever been to a scrapyard? You get these big disc things on a chain, and they're able to pick up big amounts of scrap and then drop them. How can you turn a magnet on and off? Oh, yes, you can. You can turn a magnet on and off. Oh, yes. Your father can turn us off and on. Did you know that? There's some walking about. There's no magnetism at all in them. Not a thing. No. It takes father to switch it on. Switch it off, it drops. Yeah. It no longer is a magnet. Father. It's coil. It's a man-made coil. A magnet. But it will only work if there's a power source. Goes in, becomes a magnet, and it drops. The illustration is this. Father can turn the magnet on. Turn the magnet off. It's a frequency. It's father's frequency. It's invisible. You can't see it. You can't see it. Magnets, you can't see the frequency. But it's there. You know it's there, don't you? Ah, yes. So, yeah. So getting back to the point. You're a star. You're a full magnet. How do we know? Father switched us on. It just clicked. Ah, yes, I'm a star. I'm a star. From above, sent below. And here we are. The 144,000. It's a calculation number. Remember? The 6. Then the gematria, it turns into a 12. You know, it's all it does improving the magnet. You get what I'm trying to say? It is adding more to the flower of life, because it's the same geometry, really. It really is. In 2D, if you pull it out, see, if you worked, I know that the artists who work in 3D, they get it, because they work with all these shapes. They work with them all, because they have to be able to cover, like canvas, you know, certain, you do a skeleton. But you first of all, if you're doing a building, in whatever program you're using, you start off with a flat plane. Father's exactly the same. It works this way. You work with a flat plane, the vesica pisces, it joins together, it forms like the birth of the egg, the fertilization of the egg is the same sequence, exactly the same sequence. So within you, when you were born, when you was conceived, you had that number, the frequency, built in. It's just, you are basically the universe. The whole universe, it works exactly the same. You're just a smaller version in the same. Your cells, the nucleus, it all works exactly the same. We are conscious of being in feelings. The spirit is in this dimension to experience consciousness, and that consciousness is connected to Father, who is the source. And when we connect to Father, the source, the magnet becomes alive and you shine like a star. Now, the 144,000 are dotted all over the world. We are. Some of them may not even realise who they are yet, but they know they've got the same goals as us, bringing in the kingdom of love, the peace, justice. It's all happening in small groups all over the world. Like a grid system. Our Father has a grid system. Starlink. Do you know about Starlink? Starlink. That's what the 144,000 are. They are a Starlink. We link with each other. Cross points, link, cross points. Just exactly the way the frequency works in a magnet. It is a number code that cannot go wrong. It is impossible. Let me help. This was the other illustration to show you who you are. When you wake up, realise who you are. Oh yes. Here we have. It's like a pineapple. It has got the pineapple. So what we have here is a frequency. Can you see it? I don't know if you'll be able to see it. It's 4. Now the Starlink, that's up there. Do you know about the Starlink? The Starlink is a copy. The copy in Father. Father's already got his in place. You are one of the Starlinks. Yeah, man, you're a Starlink. I'm going to illustrate how it works. It's just that Mr. Elon Musk has copied us. But there's a problem with this. There's a problem with it. You see, the Starlink, how is it? I don't know. Is it, I don't know. It's quite real. You can see it. Sometimes it'll pass by like that. Yeah. 300 miles high. Not too high. Because what happens is you've got like what they call it, like a pancake or something. It's a dish type of thing. It's layered like a pancake, and it's got all these layers. It's not only a receiver. It fires out as well. I could to these Starlinks. That's why you can get so much information because they've copied Father. Let me show you. Let's say this is a Starlink. No, let's say first, don't go to that yet, Joseph. I know a Father. This is how a magnet field works. This is how we work. It comes round up there, but also there's another cross piece which makes, you could see a squares going that way and going that way, and they come round into a centre point. They all come round into a centre point. Wow, that centre point with all that information, all that numbers condensed into a 0 point, and then that 0 point comes out, and this continues on up exactly the same way. Exactly the same way. And that's how Starlink works. It's a It's a system copied from Father's creation. Yeah, starlink. So each one of these is linked. Yeah. But it's up in the sky. And one will cross over the other. One will cross over the other. Goes that way and that way. You get what I'm saying? One crosses over the other. So the information is it's a grid of information. But the problem is, Mr. Musk, you haven't got enough up there to complete it. It's like the missing piece on top of the pyramid. You kind of get it, because it's Father. You see, if we take ourselves out of Father's the original. Father's the original. Father's the original. Okay. Father copied another one exactly like himself, but he's always connected to his Father. That's why they say these two are one. Now, if one of the sons of our Father, who's the same, disconnects and copies his own Father, they become the original, separate, their own gods. Somebody has to be the centre of it. Antichrist. Somebody has to be the centre of that. And somebody has to be the centre of the original. You get what I'm saying? Because all magnets have a centre, a 0 point. They become themselves separate from Father, thinking how unwise you are, that you can separate yourself from Father. Who's Father? Y-H-W-H is his name. I make my Father's name known to everyone who comes here, and you also will bear that name as a hallmark within you, like a magnet, and you will connect with the original Father, and you become like Father, like Yeshua becomes like Father. Yeah, man. Yeah, so all you brothers and sisters out there, remember who you are. You are a starling. I'll show you. You've got to get them round the right way, otherwise it doesn't fucking work, you know. Oh yes. You've got to do it properly, Joseph. Yes. Here we go. Now, Father's always the centre point. Oh yes. Why? Why does that? Why will that always go like that? Find level. Why? Tell us. Because there's a centre point. And Father is the centre point to keep us level, male and female. Get what I'm saying? Yes. Yes. Don't you think these are clever? Oh, yeah, man. Look at that. Look at that. It always finds itself level. Yeah, man. You can have some fun magnets, you know. I'm revealing secrets here, but you don't. Can you see them? Can you see them? Can you see what you can do? Eh? Look, watch. Look at that. Look, 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 look. Look, 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 look. And then you can move it up and you can do other things. Look. Yup, dup, dup. Can that move something, make something? You know, think of inventions. Think of inventions. Think of inventions. Yeah. That's what we should be doing. It's all to be revealed, don't worry. It's all there. You see, Elon Musk, yeah man, he knows all about this, even the free energy, what Father has secretly put in there. Yes. But no fool should be messing about with it, because if you start messing about with powerful magnets, it's like Father letting a child have a razor blade and play with it. No. That's why Father reveals it to those who get it. You don't mess with Father's power. If we're given power, we have to be careful ourselves, otherwise we get fried up. Respect our Father's number codes and what it can be revealed through this, just like Elon Musk has found out. It's always been there. It's just that some people have found it out. Yeah, it's just Starlink. You know, these pancakes, well, all they are is like a row of Starlinks. They're called Starlinks, but they're really satellites, flat satellites, like dishes. They're not dishes, they're square. They're not even square. A bit like solar panels. Yeah, a bit like, and they've got layers. And each layer has secrets in it that is copied of our Father. The honeycomb, aha, yes, you know about the honeycomb, and the, you see, this frequency, when it's put in a number code, the things that you can do, the things that can be revealed shortly, and Father's about to do it. Ah, yes, the 144,000. You rainbow warriors fly. Wake up. Know who you are. Connect to Father. Disconnect from what is about to happen in the digital world. Because you see, if you can't finish a project off because of materials, the lack of materials, and the costliness of gold, silver, and all materials that it costs to launch the project, the star project, if you can't get the materials, then what you're going to do? You see, you've consumed yourself. It's the snake having to eat its own body to survive. And when you get to a certain point, guess what happens? The head cannot survive, and it gets turned off. The magnet gets turned off, and off it goes. It's fucking dead. And all your cryptos and everything that you were fucking planning on ruling the world with, your plans are fucked. Because Father knows every move that you're going to make before you even move. Don't you realise that? Father's thoughts as light. That's how quick and light. They say that light travels a certain speed. Now, light is instant. Father's light is instant. Takes no time. If you look at a star, that's what you see. The light. The dimmer the light, then yes you can't see. But if the light's powerful enough, it reaches a certain distance. Instantly, you've been told lies. Then there was light. It was instant. Father knows everything. Before it even happens. He's letting this play out. He's letting this play out. He has to discipline his children because even though you think you're so great, he has to discipline you by allowing you to fucking kill yourself. Because that's what you're going to do. You're going to eat your fucking self up. I'm sorry to tell you, but I'm not sorry to tell you. Okay. Enough said. Alright. Okay. Well, I'm so glad you've called in. I hope that's been alright for you. Because the centre of it all is Father, and Father's pure love. Perfect calculations. He's setting calculations. If there's any error in calculations, they'll get corrected. But he allows it to happen for a time, like a virus. But the virus will be cleansed out. And how do you get rid of light cues? Oh yes. There's going to be cues, light cues, magnet cues, water, polarizing water. There's so many things coming in shortly. It's Father. Nobody can stop it. It was all perfectly timed. He knew exactly what you were going to do. He put it in. He told prophets to write it down. Right for this day. Everything is playing out. The same pattern was put in the first century. The same pattern is now playing out. You were there in the past. All of you. Yeah. The time of Yeshua. And all you spirits, wicked ones. Father has allowed you back at the same time as the 144,000 who've arrived perfectly on time. Here we are. Here we are. We stand back. We set the example in love, justice and peace. All 144,000. The true witnesses. The rainbow warriors of light are here to bless mankind. To bless them with those who